If you need to extract prices into Google Sheets from online stores such as Zappos or Marshalls or Zoro, and really various other online stores that the get data function works with, then I'm going to show you how to actually do that right here in Google Sheets. You can go ahead and access this get data function. It's perfectly free. I have a page that you will visit from a link on this video where you can go ahead, and it has a document, a Google Doc with instructions. I will show you how to install this onto your Google Sheet. Once you do that, then you can proceed to extract data, which is what I'm going to show you how to do right now. Now, I just want to quickly outline what I'm going to do. First of all, I'll show you how to set this up to extract prices into the Google Sheet, and then I'm going to show you how to get it to automatically continue extracting prices so that you can do a very large list of products in case that is something that you need to do. And so the first step is, once you've installed Get Data, is to click this Get Data menu item and to set the head and row for the sheet that you are on. Set head and row, and it understands that you are on this particular sheet and that the row number, and it's going to ask you to enter the row number for your column headings. So the row number is row 1, and then you click on OK. And so this sheet that we're on right now, the sheet called URLs, the row number is now set to 1. The next thing is to actually set up an extraction column. And what that means is a column where we are going to extract data to. And that is, in this case, this column B. So you need to be in that column when you do this, and you will click on Get Data, Set Extraction Column, which is the following option on the menu. And it's going to ask you to enter the data element that will be extracted to this column. What they're asking for, or what it's asking for, is the name or the word representing that data element. In this case, the word is price. So you type in the word price and you click on OK. Then enter source column. The source column means the letter, okay, the letter of the column, which is going to be column A. It doesn't have to be uppercase. So enter A, which is column A. That is the source where you're getting the prices from. And that is it. Now, to extract data into a cell or into a range, you highlight the area that you want to extract into. You click Get Data and you do Extract Range. And it will extract prices inside of that highlighted range. And just for verification, looking at this first product where it says that product is $60, you can go ahead and open that URL and confirm that the price is in fact $60. You can see that. All right, and the way that extracts prices from each website is exactly the same each time. So pretty much any URL you visit for that online store, as long as the page has the same structure, you know that it's going to extract the price because it's extracting it from the same place. All right, $58 for that this product that I just opened. All right, so now remember, although I know that it works specifically with these sites, it can randomly work with, there are a lot of different sites that might just randomly work with. The way I programmed it to extract prices, there are various online stores where it will just work with those online stores because their website, the way they store the prices on various online stores is similar. And so many sites may work with this, even though I don't know that they work. So go ahead and try it. It's free. So there's no real risk. So go ahead and get data to your spreadsheet. Try it with the particular online store that you want to use it for and see if it works with your online store. Now, let us continue. And first of all, what I want to do is go ahead and, well, I'll just delete this and try to extract an entire column. So to do that, you need to click on the actual letter of the column to highlight the entire column from top to bottom. Then use get data, extract range. Again, it's the same option. It's just going to extract a larger range. However, here's the thing, and I get questions about this all the time. What happens is that Google has certain limits. Now, one limit it has is how often you can access a web resource, which is what I'm doing. I'm actually connecting to these sites and pulling data from the sites. And there's a limit on how fast you can do that. Therefore, I have inherent delay programmed into the macro, into this process. And that is why it crawls down the list rather than just like pulling all 1,000 products at once or something, right? You can't do that, right? Google is free, so Google has limited resources. You're not paying for this, right? So Google, has to do it slowly, okay? So they will limit you. If you try to go over that rate limit, then you will be stopped from extracting data from sites for 24 hours. So this is why I have it crawling like this, okay? However, as it crawls this way, there's a time limit on how long it can do this, which is a script time limit. See how it says run in script? There's a time limit for how long the script will run on Google Sheets. 6 minutes if there's no delay. It'll run for about 30 minutes if there is a delay. So this might run for 30 minutes and then stop. So the thing is, I'm going to show you how to use another option, which is going to be the continue and the automated continue option. But what I'm going to do is let this run out of time. I'm going to pause my recording, let it run out of time, and then I'll come back so you can see what that message looks like, and I'll show you how to get it to continue extracting. So the macro ran for maybe about 10 minutes or so, and then it finally exceeded maximum execution time. So that's because there is a time limit in Google Sheets for macros. And so it got up to row 286 and then stopped. So this is where I get emails saying, well, it has that limit and it doesn't run any further. How am I going to do more products? And the answer is you're going to set a trigger. Now, first of all, I have a menu item that actually does that for you. But first of all, let me show you the continue extracting range. If you click on that, continue extracting range, let me show you that first. That is the manual way to get it to continue from where it left off. You just click continue. Get data remembers the range that you selected, right? Once you select a range, that range is stored, okay, in its memory. And then it, when you select continue, it just continues from that same range. However, this, of course, as well, is just another macro. This also has a time limit, so this is going to stop eventually as well. So what you do is you can go ahead, you can let this continue, right? I'll let this continue, but what I'll do is I'll go to get data again, and I'll use another option, which is auto continue extracting. Auto continue. And I'll click on auto continue extracting. That's a short script because it's going to, what it does is it schedules an extraction for every 30 minutes. And let me show you what that looks like. So I'll go to extensions and then app script, where we will get to the code and just wait for it. And you'll see the code. First of all, I'm not using the code, but so first of all, this is the code that you will see when you get my instructions. This is the code that you'll have to copy into the sheet, and then there's a ID that you'll have to add in to get the library to show up, right? But what we're doing right now is we're going to triggers, okay? And when you go to triggers, you'll see that there's a trigger here, continue extracting range. And if you click the edit button on it, you'll see it's every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, it's going to run this process, which means 30 minutes from the time that I set it, it will continue extracting range again. because what's going to happen is that it's going to stop, right? So it's going to stop at some point. But as I just said, in 30 minutes, it will continue on its own. Okay, and that is an automatic trigger that will just keep running and keep running. And so that's how you set it to automate. Now, the thing is, at some point you will have to delete this. All right, because if you don't, what will happen is it'll just run forever. And so at some point you may want to just delete this trigger. If you don't need it anymore, and you can just click on the 3 dots, delete, and that will delete. I'm deleting it too early because I'm demonstrating a video, so I have to show you right now. But obviously you wouldn't do that until it was finished extracting all the products. Okay, so that's how you're going to be able to do a very long list of products. You're going to have to let that automatically, continue extracting every minute, every 30 minutes. So that is really it. That is basically what you need to get started completely using this get data on your Google Sheet. Visit the page, access the instructions. The instructions explain how to add it into your Google Sheet. You saw the video. The video explains how to actually use the get data feature tool add-on. And that's really it. Again, remember, it works for websites that I don't even know it works on, just random websites. And then there's certain websites where I know it will not work. Amazon is one of them. It's not going to scrape Amazon. It's not going to, I don't think it will scrape Walmart either. Those sites are kind of like more complex and more blocked. Okay, as far as like extracting data, Amazon doesn't really want you to do that. But these sites it will work with, and then many other random websites it will work with as well. And so that is it. Basically that's it. Just download it and try it. And by the way, in the future it might be possible to do other sites, but it will require some kind of paid API service to do something like Amazon. Walmart probably will require like an HTML scraper API or something like that, where you'd have to sign up for that, and then I'd have to have a way that you could link it to the get data, which is not it's not a difficult thing to do. It can be done, but the point is, it would not be free to do that, to do those kinds of sites. Okay. However, this extracting prices from all these various online stores is free, so this is a free solution. All right. So that's about it. I'm Mr. Mark. Comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them below. Otherwise, I look forward to hearing from you, seeing you around in another video.